Hello everyone. Let's discuss about circular flow of income in a two-sector economy. As you must have noted in the previous video, the circular flow of income refers to movement of income in a circular direction, which means it starts from a point and it moves to other sectors and comes back to the previous point. Now, since we are talking about a two-sector economy, in this type of economy, we have only two sectors, that is the households and the producers. So let's see how income moves between these two sectors. Now considering that there are only two sectors in this kind of economy, that is the households and the producers. The households are going to provide their factor services to the producers. The factor services include land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. These are going to be used by the producers for carrying out their process of production. Now, the households are not going to provide their services for free. So, the producers are going to make payment to the households, which are known as the factor payments. Factor payments are the payments in return of the factor services that have been provided by the households. Moving further, whatever money the households have received, they are now going to spend that money to purchase goods and services from the producers. So, whatever goods and services that have been made by the producers will be sold to the households. In return, the households are going to make payments to the producers, which are known as consumption expenditure. But what do you mean by consumption expenditure? Consumption expenditure is basically expenditure on consumption of goods and services. Because the goods and services that the households are purchasing from the producers will be used for their final consumption and not for the purpose of resale. The factor payments and the consumption expenditure form part of money flow. On the other hand, the factor services and the goods and services form the part of real flow of the economy. And this is how the income moves in a circular manner. Here, this type of economy will be known as a closed economy. Closed economy because there is no rest of the world. So whatever money and whatever real flow is taking place, it is taking place only between these two sectors of the economy. And this is the circular flow of income. The households will supply factors of production like land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur to the producer. These are known as the factor services. Producers will make factor payments in return, which are monetary payments in return of the factor services. The producers will in turn provide goods and services to the households, but they will receive money from the households, which is known as the consumption expenditure. Remember, there are neither banks nor rest of the world and nor government in this case. So, it is a form of closed economy. Now moving on, let's include the component of banks and financial systems. So, talking about circular flow in case of a financial system, again we have same two sectors of the economy, that is the households and the producer, but this time we are going to introduce the component of financial system, that is banks, non-banking companies and other financial institutions. Now in this case, the households are actually not going to spend their entire money in the form of consumption expenditure. Certain amount of money that the households have will be saved with the help of this banking system. That is the work of banking system. It saves money and then it provides that money to others who need it. So, The banking system will collect savings from the households and it is going to provide that money to the producers in the form of borrowings when the producers need that money. Similarly, for producers also, they are not going to pay entire money to the households in the form of factor payments. Certain amount of money by producers will be saved using the banking and financial system, and that money can always be borrowed by the households for carrying out their different kinds of activities like say purchase of assets, purchase of land, house, etc. So this kind of transactions take place in a form of circular motion in a closed economy where there are basically two sectors, that is households and producers, but we have the component of financial system as well in this case.